Okay, so I know that running or consistency comes with sacrifice. I'm sure you've had to sacrifice a lot of things, and maybe some friendships have fallen off, because now you are consistent. You're no longer the guy that you were before. Did your running journey change your friendships at all, or relationships for that matter?
If you get into it the way we're doing it, definitely it will change your life a bit, and you'll drop certain friends, and you'll
Yeah.
fortunately pick up a lot other friends that are doing similar things than what you're doing. And for me, that was exactly the journey as well, and nothing special on my side as well. I've lost a lot of
Mm.
people that I used to hang out with, because now suddenly I need to go home early to have a nap. It doesn't exist. And I need to prep for my long run tomorrow. I have a tough long run tomorrow. So all those stories. So you start not to be in the same page with certain people. However, though, like also as I said, I've met like people that I've never thought I would meet, and people met if people as
Mm.
also help each other navigate life together. You know what I mean? And in terms of
Mhm.
relationship, I think also it's a big factor. For me, I started off with my wife. We started together before we had kids that time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
when we had kids, it changed the dynamic, because now she was no longer able to join me, and because she had to look after the kids. And so again, we have to navigate through that in terms of relationship in a way that it's fair for both of you guys, so that not one party is being compromised. The only
Yeah.
So it also changed the way,
Yeah.
but I'm super great at least to have a partner that supports what I'm doing and understands what I'm doing. Look, it's tough for her as well, because sometimes she has to understand, even if she is like, okay, I know, I do understand, but but it's tough. You know what I mean? And yeah, like
Yeah.
sometimes we would have a tough week, and then Friday evening
Mm.
we want to spend time together. But I'm actually telling her, yeah, we can spend a little bit of time together, but I'm at a certain time, because again, my long run tomorrow is critical. Again, I'm wasted and I want to sleep, all those things. So all those challenges. And if you don't have a partner that fully supports
Mm.
what you're doing, and it can
Yeah.
definitely break the relationship, to be honest. And or else,
Yeah.
even if your partner did understand at some point, and suddenly now they don't understand. And so it has those challenges. I mean, you basically
Yeah.
to get through all those things, and I've been very lucky, as I said, to have a partner that at least supports and know exactly what I'm to achieve as well with my running, especially for comrades. It's tough for comrades. Yeah, it's he basically not at home majority of the days.
Okay, let's yeah. I'm so glad you spoke about the community, the friendships, because I had a question about that, about the friendships that you've built, because I can see that you guys are consistent with Neo or Neo, and I don't
Ne-
know the other
yeah,
guys. I saw
no,
some
yeah,
other guys. Yeah. So it looks
yeah,
like you guys have something great going on there. So I really admire that. And
yeah,
like you
yeah.
said, now you
Like it.
support each other, and I'm sure you keep each other accountable.
Of course. It's interesting you mentioned them, because they definitely my family outside my intimate family. Those guys,
Mm.
and I remember when I first met with Neo. Neo has always been faster than me, and he's still faster than me even now. But it's
Is it?
amazing the way we met. Yeah. He saw me twice actually. So this is how he narrates the story. Uh, he saw me passing him when we were doing two oceans via Chapman's Peak. He saw me passing him in the hill, and apparently was dead. So obviously he was ahead of me, because he's a faster runner than me. So he said, "Hey,
Mm.
who's this guy who's passing me? And it seems like this guy still has energy, and I'm struggling here." And then he sort of like noticed me since that day. And then still the same year. Apparently, again, I didn't even see him that time. Apparently, I passed him
Mm.
when we were going through Polish shots in our upper run in Comrades. And then he was also
Mm.
struggling like at that time. And then I passed him and he said, "This is the same guy." No man, what's happening? And then eventually after that, he didn't say anything that time. He's the one that knows me, sort of like he has noticed me in a way. And I didn't know nothing about him that running.
Mm.
I was doing my long run. I met him at the
Mm.
and then we had a chat, and he tried to narrate the stories to me, to say, "Do you remember?" They said, "Actually, I don't." They said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then we started that day and said, "Look, let's change numbers."
Wow.
I think I liked how you raised these two races. I think, and we are in similar time ranges, and yeah.
Mm.
Train with you guy. And it was exactly the same for me. I was also looking for someone to train with at that time because it's tough to train alone.
Mm.
It can be tough, but it's tough. Then I first
Yeah.
I first met Neo like that. And then after that, there were a couple of guys that came through to join us. People like Tooms that joined us, Tumelo Osanele joined us, and Unaitisi Bengu. And recently we have Utimi as well. A very young, exciting guy that I'm seriously looking forward to see what he can do.
Mm.
It's like he seems like raw talent like that. And now for me, it's amazing because now
Man.
I'm surrounded with these guys that are probably faster than me. They definitely like faster than me, and now I'm learning a lot from them. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Mm. Mm.
so those guys are my group, and that's definitely my family away from my actual family.
That's nice. You have people, like-minded people around you. You know, there's nothing more
Yeah,
incredible than that because you understand each other
yes.
and you help each other. And I love the fact that you are learning from each other. Um,
Of course. Of course.
that's
Yeah, of course. There's so much that we're learning from each other. And a simple thing, as much as we're not, yeah, we're in similar pace ranges, right? But some people are faster than other
mm,
people, obviously. But
yes,
in certain days, the guy that's actually even slower than the other guys is sort of like carry the other guy different days and different
yes.
it's vital. And I think what's more important for us, we understand each other's weaknesses and strength, and we sort of like bounce off from each other through those weaknesses and strengths amongst us. And we're also keeping ourselves accountable.
Mm,
There are
yes.
days there are days that sometimes I like feel, oh, I don't want to go for this ride, but I'll receive a call from Tumelo or from Neo. It doesn't matter what you're doing, we're going, raining or not. And
Let's
if you
go.
notice,
Oh my God.
wet, weather for us is not a factor, especially in winter. It doesn't matter if it's 100
Mm,
degrees, chances of rain. If we schedule a run,
mm,
we're
mm,
going.
mm, mm.
And it's because we train in a group. If you don't go, you also
Yeah.
feel like I don't want to let these guys down. You know what I mean? So it helps to
Yeah.
have friends like running precisely.
Oh man, that's awesome. So now, how do you fuel yourself, ST, during a marathon? I saw. Is it Hammer? I think I
Yes,
saw Hammer
Helma.
on your Instagram. Like, do you have a
Yes, yeah.
plan? Like for Sunday, what do you do? Do you take a gel every 7 kilometers? How does it work for you?
Yeah. Look, same as your previous question again, like also sometimes it helps to not to just to run alone, like in just directly to your question, for example, I have guys around me that also like to research about running. If I think of Medicine, who also he just recently joined us, but that guy researches about running, he's hungry. Is exactly the same when it comes to nutrition. And I'm also similar to him as well. I research and I
Mm,
don't just consume stuff because I've seen people do this. So just to come back to your question, yes, my preparation for fueling for my running starts much earlier than the actual race day. And if I can maybe summarize it close to the race week, it's sort of like start on that Sunday, the previous Sunday, on that Monday. So the previous Sunday, that Monday, I would start upping my hydration intake. For example, I would take, let's say, two sachet or three sachet of extra electrolytes that I would usually take in a day. For example, Revive. That's the main one that I usually take for electrolytes. And leading to the race day, that's what I'm gonna be doing on a daily basis for that 7 day. And then there's another supplement that I use from actually from Hama. You mentioned Hama. Hama is one of the brands that I do use. It's not only brands, I do use some brands as well. And there's actually a product that really seems to work very well for me. It's called a race activator. So along with my electrolytes, I will take my electrolytes starting, let's say, from a previous Sunday, right? That race booster, I would take it like 4 or 5 days before the actual race. It's like 4 tablets a day. Yeah, I will take 4 tablets a day leading to the race, including the race morning. I will take that. So basically, those tablets, they just get you to that state of race day. And because race day is quite different, your body, you're gonna be
Yes.
using in training. So yeah,
Yes.
so that is actually specialized for that, specialized for race day. But you must load it in your system first. So that's one of the things that I use in that week. In terms of gels,
Mm.
gels I would also try to get used to a gel prior to the race day. Like on my hard session, I would use, let's say, a preferred gel that I want to use for the race day. I would use that gel for, let's say, for tempo runs and also for interval runs. I'll start using those gel. And also we usually have that are sort of like mimicking the race days. So on those long runs,
Yes.
needed to trial out my nutrition for race day. So I will also take gels the same way that I would do in a race day. And then zooming into an actual race day, how I do it is each and every hour, I try to maintain 90 grams of carbohydrates and it also maintain electrolytes, a certain level of electrolytes, just in addition to the
Mm.
gels. So if practically, if I have to summarize that in an hour, I take plus minus depending, like for example, my gel that I usually use currently, it's about 31, contains 30 grams of carbs. So in an hour, I'm taking about 3 gels. If I plan for the run, if let's say for that specific run, I plan to run 3 hours, so that means I will take plus minus 9 gels for that specific run. It is quite heavy. However, if,
Mm.
for example, there's mixer, so mixer does exactly the same thing that the gel does for majority of the products, for different brands. So let's say if you're not a gel person, you rather have a mixture. So the mixture sometimes also contain that
Yes.
you can actually mix it around. That's what I actually do sometimes, because just taking a gel all the time, sometimes it can like get to your
Mm.
system, especially going at a high pace, So I do mix it around. I will also have my mixtures along the road, especially if I do have
Mm.
support. But if I know for that specific race I don't have support, I'll do without the mixer, and then I'll just do gels. Yeah.
Okay. When you say mixer, are you talking about the things that people mix with water?
Yes, yes, yes. For example, yeah. For example, yes, 100%. For example, if we keep if we talk about Hammer, since that we were talking about Hammer, a mixer for Hammer is something like a heat. Yeah, so a heat or pepper. So heat contains
Okay.
electrolytes, and it also contains all your carb intake that you should have.
In
So you
one.
must just, yes, yeah. So for Hammer specific, that's the heat. They have the heat mixture, right?
Mm.
Yes. And for other brands, they also have equivalent to a gel, but it's a mixture. You can have it in a liquid form. You can mix it with water.
Mm.
So I
I
usually
see.
alternate between the two. If yeah, if I do have race support, I would prefer to have a liquid as well. Yeah, but for me, it's vital. I once suffered a heat stroke when I was doing Winelands 3 years ago.
Yes, I hear. It's very the heat there is
It's
serious.
Yeah, it's very humid there, the heat, and I didn't take enough nutrition as I was supposed to have taken that day. And interestingly, I knew. So I think it was a good hard lesson for me as well, just as a reminder that how crucial the hydration is for a race day, especially if you're going at a certain pace. Doesn't matter what pace you're doing, as long as you're putting your body at too much strain. And also, if you're losing that water
Yeah.
in your body, you have to replace it at some point in time. So yeah, for me,
Yes.
it also became super serious after I suffered that his stroke. It's an element that I take too serious, even with training as well.
Mm. Yo, ST, I've learned so much from you today because I'm also researching about nutrition right now
Yes.
because I've always used the same gel for a long time. But then, you know, my your running changes, so you need to change as well. So whatever nutrition you used to use a year ago or 2 years ago, maybe it doesn't work right now, you know? So yeah, because I really wanted to stick to one brand if I can right now. But I want that brand to give me everything that I need. I don't want to be loyal to any brand. I'm glad I'm
Yeah.
not the only one who's doing this research because it's important for me to eat things that are good for me as well. Not I don't want to suffer at some point.
No, 100%. And you've raised, I'm highlighting a point that you've just recently raised about you wanting a product that can give you almost all in one. You don't have to carry a lot of
Yes.
stuff. There's a product that
Yes.
recently came to the market, and I want you to check this product out. It's a little bit pricey, but I think not that pricey compared to other brands. I think it's sort of like normal price range. It's called
Yeah.
it's AMACX.
AM ACX. Okay.
ACX, yeah, Amex.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Amex. So basically, if you're taking one of their gels, the way their gels are manufactured, you don't even need to take water for the race. That's how brilliant the gels are, especially if you're following a proper hydration plan. You're only taking water just to maybe to down the gel, but the gel has each and everything that you need. That's the one,
Okay.
that Black Elite range. It contains about 30 grams of carbohydrates. So that's the one that I'm using currently. So I just need three. And yeah, as I said, you can actually do away without taking water. And for that reason, you don't even need to take anything extra for what you call this, for your electrolytes. It also covers carbohydrates
Mm,
and also covers, and they also have their own mixture as well, if you're not a gel person. I haven't tried their bars.
yes, yes. Sometimes you get hungry, yeah.
So, so I would also recommend them for someone that's sort of like looking for all in one without carrying different
Yeah.
products in one. Yes. For me, I just
Yeah,
carry
that's
that.
so true.
When someone asks me, did you carry anything for cramping and all that stuff? No. That gel contains everything as long as you follow the right plan
Yeah.
for the distance and also for the pace that you are doing. You shouldn't need anything else.
Yes. Oh man, that is so awesome. I'm gonna listen to this again and then I've been writing notes down. I've been writing down. Um, mm-mm. Yeah, definitely, definitely. What would you say? Okay, so this is like our conclusion. Thank you so much for your time again. I've learned a lot, ST.
Yeah.
And this is why I do these interviews because I do believe that we can teach each other a lot. And it's nice for me to have these conversations. Like you won't believe how excited I am when I'm going to talk to someone because I love this interaction. What would you say to someone who maybe wants to just advice now for someone who wants to start running and they feel or they think that it's too late for them?
It's never too late. It's never too late. And like if you like, depending how you look at it, looking at the age perspective, looking at the weight perspective, it's never too late. There's one of the guys that I always look out to. Namai. He has mentored me so much in my early years of running. Looking at, he's the same age with my father. He's almost the same age with my father. Composition, he won't even say that because, and he's still running. And if And there are more stories like that. There's a guy that they also covered, I think in last year's Comrades. He was over 8 years old. I just forgot his name now. And he's still running. So you can't tell me the age might, Hajim Dala Robo, I can't start running. So the age will never be a factor. And the weight is
Yeah, it
for
doesn't
someone like
work.
me that was obese, 120 kgs on the scale that time.
Mm,
I mean, now like I'm fluctuating around about 75 or so. I still want to bring it down maybe to 70 or so. But so what I'm trying to say is like either way you're looking at it, it's not. And a new thing now, there um
mm,
is a new excuse to other people now. No, running's expensive. To be honest, yes, it is expensive, but you actually
yeah, yes,
choose for yourself if you want to make it expensive. There's a
yes,
guy like
yes,
me, a simple guy like me. For me, it's matching with all this expensive clothing. Yes, it's gonna be obviously be expensive for you, but for me,
yeah,
spend my money. It's like, okay, I need to spend money to things that matters in terms of what I'm doing. For example, if I have the right shoe, it doesn't matter how expensive it is, I have the right shoe
yes.
to prevent certain things like injuries occurring, then that's fine.
Injuries, yeah,
It is. Then that cost is justified. It's not a matter of
yes.
no, I just want to look, so yes, it's expensive if you make it
Mm,
expensive. For us, sometimes we run with carbon plated shoes, which is expensive, like 5,600, 6,000, sort of not 500, 6,000 shoe. But at the same time, we have a choice.
mm,
But we can still and get almost the
yeah,
same terms that we do with much cheaper shoe that's not plated. So you can also say that running is expensive. No, you literally running shoe. And then after that, you just get your freebies as you go along. Like there's races like Comrades that will give you sponsored t-shirts and all that stuff. So it's never too late.
mm,
So I don't want that
yeah.
excuse, people saying it's too late. And also I don't want the excuse that I don't have time. Come on. We have 24 hours a day. We
Eh,
work, let's say we work 8 hours, right? And then you also, let's say you work for another, let's say you work 8 and you sleep for 8. All right. What's that? If my
yes.
maths if
Mm,
my maths is right, that's about 16 hours.
16, yeah,
I'm sure you can find even it's 30 minutes. Doesn't have to be that 8 hours,
yes,
30 minutes of your life. So you can start somewhere.
yeah.
As we've discussed, the journey must be about yourself in order for you to enjoy it. Journey needs to be about you. If you're doing it for someone else, it might not last. But if you're doing it for yourself and you're doing it for the right reason, you'll
Oh, true.
ease with this journey, and this journey will be smooth. And yeah, so you just need to be true to yourself and start somewhere, and start very slow. Most of us, when we started running, we didn't even track suits, like old track suit, old shoes. You don't even have to buy a new shoe from your first day. You know what I mean? You can buy a you can just start off with your old shoe as a start. So yeah, you just have to start somewhere.